Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. I just did make a video on XRP earlier today, but I decided to make this video simply because I actually see something, pretty special going on in this market. And it's not, the fact that like we are having, a crashing sort of formation in this market or anything like that. Today we're actually going to be talking about the market cap of crypto. And it's funny because I think that a lot of people have been for the longest time saying, crypto is like the dot-com bubble. We will see a massive systemic crash happen for, crypto. And, it's funny because a lot of people kind of just shrug it off, say, no way, crypto is way too big to, collapse like that. There's never going to be another dot-com bubble, if you will. And I actually beg to differ. Like, when we really kind of look at crypto, we will see a dot-com bubble happen for crypto. And it's not the way that people actually, think it's going to happen. To me personally, I think that there's something special, to happen here in this market. And can you guys guess what that is? I really want you guys to comment down in the comments, what you think that is actually going to be that causes a dot-com bubble crash for crypto. Well, if you did say regulations, I would say that you are 100% correct. And when we really kind of look at this, I want to share with you guys this video. I seen this posted from the Wolf of All Streets, and it's talking about how do we take crypto to a $100 trillion market cap. Listen closely to this.
How do we go from a $1 billion or a $1 trillion market cap, roughly where we are today, to a 10 to 100 trillion market cap? What are those big things that need to happen? And I think it's two-sided. One is the public policy. We need clear regulatory frameworks for digital assets. That process is well on its way. And I think the second one is education and really thinking about the consumer. If we want this industry and we want this technology to impact billions of people around the world to really reach its potential, we've got to figure out how to make it usable and accessible and safe for just normal people. And that's an educational thing.
And I do completely agree. Like, the two biggest ones are like, one, educating people on the right assets, because I think right now, and I've even seen this during like the peak of the bull run, right? Like going back to 2021, we looked at like November, or like even before November, like the summertime, right? It was actually like a little bit before the summertime. It was like when Dogecoin started to pump, so it was like around like the beginning of 2021 into the summer. So it was like around May where we did see the topping point for Doge at like roughly 73 cents when Elon Musk went on SNL. And that was like the like pivotal moment for a lot of people who were like retail investors into crypto. That was the moment where like, this market basically peaked at full euphoria for, the retail individuals. Wow, Dogecoin is up this much. It's at 74 cents from like a fraction of a cent. This is absolutely insane. Everybody thought that they were going to get rich. They were jumping in at like 70 cents, 60 cents. It was going to $1. It was going here. It was going there. Like, that is like illogical, education around this market. I think that people are just throwing their money to the wind on anything just because they are getting told like, hey, this token could go here, this token could go there. There's a ton of scams. There's a ton of things that are coming out in this space that are just not good for individuals. And I think that when she talks about like proper regulations, I think that is exactly what we do need. Now, to me, I do think that regulations will actually pose a systemic risk to crypto. I think that it's going to cause a drastic downfall. We're going to see massive amounts of tokens disappearing off the face of, coin market cap, for an example, and we are going to see billions of dollars being, pretty much wiped out of this market. But this is where things get interesting. There's going to be a certain amount of tokens left over. Those tokens will be crowned the king of this market. That's where we will see Amazon, Google, etc. like tokens. And it's funny because like I'm not the only one that sees this. When we look at this, tweet, this talking about like Kevin O'Leary saying like a massive crypto event will happen sooner or later, which will create buying opportunities. This is something pretty funny, right? Because could this be anything, that could happen, right now in the next week, next month? Sure, it could be. But I do think that when we talk about regulations, they are going to give us generational bottoms on a lot of these tokens. And again, like I said, the aftermath is going to be something special. Because again, like I said, like $100 trillion market cap is feasible by 2030, depending on the adoption rate. I just made a video talking about 1 billion crypto users by, I think it was like 2023. Ripple has basically said that. And the report comes as like we did see like 2016 to 2021 going from 5 million users to like over 300 million users. Absolutely insane. But that is the growth cycle of crypto. I mean, you look at it in like a 4 or 5 year span. Like, just think about where we will be in 5 years from now, talking more so about like metaverse, NFTs, like these assets that are like kind of catered to the retail individual. Like, these are going to be the sectors that do explode massively, but the assets that are targeting like cross-border payments or CBDCs, those are going to be the ones that truly shine. And it's funny because like even Ripple also sees this. Like, we do see while excitement gets got ahead of the reality on some of these things, the market isn't going away. The opportunity isn't going away. And this is talking more so about Brad Garlinghouse telling Protocol about the potential of crypto. And this is like the .com crash has lessons for crypto. If only we could remember them. And again, like I don't like to say like, hey, we will see a .com like crash in crypto to bring fear to the space. No. In fact, I think that this is a good thing. I think that there's over 20,000 tokens that, maybe a portion of them are actually feasible to be utilized on a day-to-day basis. And we actually do see here, all the companies that, blew up were liquidating their laptops and office equipment. The Kraken co-founder told Protocol, recalling how he built a business by going to startup bankruptcy sales during the crash. I was buying stuff and selling it on eBay. Fast forward 2 decades, instead of bankruptcy, fire sales, Powell now runs a tech powerhouse of his own, one of the world's largest crypto exchanges, estimated to be worth $11 billion, that has raised more than $125 million in funding. Again, like, when we really kind of look at the dot-com bubble, it was something special. It wiped out over $5 trillion in investments, far more than the $2 trillion lost in the total value of cryptocurrencies over the past 7 months. It marked the end of the go-go 90s. And we do see down here the crypto crash is less isolated phenomenon. It coincides with the global economic slowdown triggered by inflation, rising interest rates, the lingering COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain chaos, and the war in Ukraine. But when we really kind of look at where this market is headed, I would say, like, when we really kind of look at this market is here to stay. But I will say there's going to be a lot of tokens that do disappear. I really do think that there's going to be a certain amount of tokens that really kind of shine going forward. And XRP, in my opinion, is definitely one. Now, we also do see over here, talking more so about regulations, the G20 Treasury officials to present the first global crypto regulations in October. And we do see over here the G20 has thus far restricted itself to merely keeping an eye on the cryptocurrency market, noting that it has found no compelling reason to strictly clamp down on the industry because it poses no systemic risk. And I don't think that it does, really. I think that when we look at crypto, I think that it complements the legacy system itself. The Financial Stability Board, which is made of the Treasury officials and central banks or bankers from the group of 20 nations, announced on Monday that it will no longer just monitor the crypto space, but propose strong worldwide regulations for cryptocurrencies in response to the recent upheaval in crypto markets. The new policy that would define in specific terms the role of cryptocurrencies in the world's financial markets will be released this October, the FSB said. Now, I did see a few things around this on Twitter. In fact, I seen this post from Jacob King. This is the Financial Stability Board. The FSB has just announced they are working on a robust regulatory framework for crypto assets for October. They are saying like this is the beginning of the crackdown and regulation of crypto assets. Things are about to change a lot. To me, like I said, like this is actually very bullish for crypto assets. Now, they do have a full breakdown of this. We could actually check it out real quick. So here we have the statement on international regulation and supervision of crypto asset activities. They're talking about, crypto assets, including so-called stablecoins, are fast evolving. The recent turmoil in the crypto asset market highlights their intrinsic, volatility, structural vulnerabilities, and the issue of their increasing connectedness, with the traditional financial system. Now, we do see, crypto assets and markets must be subject to effective regulation and oversight commensurate to the risk they pose, both at the domestic and international level. Again, just really kind of talking about like the risk that they could possibly pose, with like, bank runs and stuff like that. They more so kind of put a focus point on like the Luna situation. Even like, a lot of the, main focus point is like Tether as well. Like they really kind of, want to see Tether's backing, which I actually want to see Tether's backing myself, as funny as it is. But we do see also crypto asset service providers must at all times ensure compliance with existing legal obligations in the jurisdictions in which they operate. And of course, they, again, mention like the turmoil in crypto assets, progressing ongoing work of the FSB and the international standard setting bodies to address the potential financial stability risk posed by crypto assets, including so-called stablecoins. And of course, they talk more so about stablecoins themselves, really kind of regulating those and their important role in the financial system. As we do know, like stablecoins could provide a lot of value, not only in regards to like, cross-border payments and stuff like that, but, we've talked about the potential of stablecoins actually being the new CBDC around like even the US framework as well, which I think is a very, crucial area to really kind of focus on as well. So with that, we also do see over here, great summary as always, Jeremy, the effect of the orders allowed or allows the XRP community to follow John's motion, and if applied to the other SEC experts, the Dauber, challenges. Generally, I want to be positive and say I can infer from the judge's decision that John will be successful in being allowed to participate in the challenge to Mr. Duty's expert report. I want to be positive as I am having laser treatment to repair some damage in my right eye in a few hours and need some good vibes. And we actually did see a major update from attorney, Hogan, aka Jeremy Hogan. Judge Torres is not allowing the SEC's experts' opinion to be sealed just because they might inflame the public. Not only does she not allow the parties to keep relevant documents from the public as to this motion, she chills the SEC's pending motions to seal. It's a 2-for-1. And this is actually pretty great because, again, the SEC is trying to hide things. They're trying to hide, their experts' opinions because, of course, of the public notion that will be set from this. And now we are seeing basically, Judge Knepper not allow that. And we actually do see here, what does this even mean? Sorry, it means we, the public, get to see the expert witness reports except for a small part of it that somehow was directly related to the harassment sent the expert's way. That's literally what all this, stuff recently has been about. And yeah, this is basically what we are waiting for. But also, we did see a major update around the case, more so the SEC trying to, hide things. We actually do see the case, again, is backwards with the prosecutor SEC attempting to hide everything. Normally in these cases, it's the company that wants to hide, things from the public. Judge Torres has shown a slant towards disclosure, so I don't think she'll seal what the SEC hopes. And the motion is not super clear, but I think this means we will not see any of the motions to strike. That will be filed this, Tuesday. And I was looking forward to this motion to strike Duty. And of course, this did happen, or this is going to happen today. But we don't really know what is going to happen with this because, again, it's not really clear. But the SEC is attempting to hide things, which they have been trying to do for a very long time around this SEC case. I think that at some point in time, we will see the clear picture, and I do look forward to that, actually coming out. This ETHgate stuff is absolutely mind-blowing and it's insane, but again, this is the world that we live in where, these higher elites basically hide everything. They get away with, targeting massive amounts of numbers of individuals and hurting their investments, all while walking away with millions of dollars in the bank. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, do definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As it's up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.